Welcome to today's episode. We're going to take a quick look at resilience, the ways we pick ourselves up when life feels impossibly heavy, and how sometimes the smallest moments reveal the most about who we are. I'm so excited to dive in with our guest. Thanks for joining us.
Thanks for having me. It's great to be here. And honestly, this conversation couldn't come at a better time. I've been thinking so much about how we handle those tough chapters in life, so I'm glad we can dig into it together.
Let's dive right in. Your story starts in such a raw and honest place. You talk about struggling with something as simple as pulling a pizza out of the oven, and how quickly that moment spiraled into so much self-doubt. Can you take us into what that's like when minor setbacks trigger deeper emotions?
Absolutely. For me, it's astonishing how the little things, like over-seasoning the parmesan or fumbling a pizza, can trigger this cascade of negative thoughts. It's not about the pizza, right? It's every mistake I've ever made echoing in my head, making me feel like I'm just not enough. And in those moments, my mind becomes this house that's on fire, full of regret and self-criticism. It feels like my worst enemy lives with me, inside my own head.
That image is so powerful. The mind as a house on fire full of echoes and "I told you so's." It sounds lonely, but also intense, like you're battling yourself and past voices at the same time.
That's exactly it. There are times when the panic and anxiety come in like waves. You can't see them, but you feel them washing over you. There's this urge to just reset everything, to log out and reboot. But life doesn't give you that option. Instead, you have to keep going, even when you feel broken or out of place.
And yet, through all that, it sounds like you found unlikely moments of connection, like with your trainer Autumn. She's facing her own battles, but still becomes this new friend at work. What did that relationship mean to you?
Autumn is someone who, on the surface, seems so optimistic and resilient. She's been through substance abuse, prison, and is now working hard to provide for her child and stay clean. Smoking a cheap cigarette with her on a break or learning not to over-butter the rolls. It's mundane on one hand, but on the other, there's a huge sense of kinship. Even though she thinks I have it all together, I'm actually fighting my own storm. That connection, even if she doesn't see what's happening inside me, is reassuring. It helps me remember that nobody really has it all figured out.
There's this thread in your story, the pressure to appear strong, even when life feels like it's falling apart. Like driving an expensive car, is getting repossessed, or facing bankruptcy. There's so much beneath the surface. What do you say to yourself in these moments?
Honestly, sometimes I have to force myself to pause and see how far I've come. It's easy to spiral, especially when setbacks pile up. But when I look back at surviving through tough years, losing jobs, enduring financial struggles, even just facing another day at a pizza shop, I realize these moments are just chapters, not the entire book. I remind myself, this isn't the end. I will not let it be.
And intertwined with all of this is your mom's story, her diagnosis, her strength through cancer and hardship. How did watching her journey impact your own sense of endurance?
My mum is probably the toughest person I know. She's fought through so much, raising 4 daughters, dealing with grief, battling cancer, all without ever breaking in front of us. But even she has her limits, and when the doctors gave bad news and she had to decide where to spend her last days, it hit me hard. It brought a deep sense of guilt for all the times I added to her worry, but it also lit a fire in me. If she could survive and keep fighting, so could I. Her resilience, her refusal to quit, is my biggest inspiration and source of hope.
That's so moving. It sounds like your family holds a deep role in keeping you going, even amidst pain and uncertainty.
Absolutely. When things get rough, my family becomes my anchor. Even as we faced heartbreak together, we found ways to hope and pray, to turn even the worst moments into a reason to keep fighting. My sisters, my mum, my child, we're all in this together. That unity is what keeps me pressing play and moving forward, one step at a time.
Community and support really are lifelines. I also want to touch on something you said about your experience with therapy, that validation you received, being told you weren't crazy, just smart and overloaded. What did that affirmation mean for your journey?
That was pivotal for me. After years of feeling misunderstood, having a therapist finally see me, listen to my story, and tell me, "You are not crazy," was liberating. He told me to water myself first before tending to everyone else, counseling me to forgive myself and focus on what truly matters, my family, my own healing. It was like someone had reached into my chaos and handed me a roadmap. I learned that it's okay to stop trying to fit into everyone else's expectations, to embrace my pain as part of my story rather than something to hide or numb.
That path through pain, embracing imperfection and letting people in, it sounds like it's changed how you look at the future.
It really has. I'm learning that setbacks aren't the end. They're just part of the story. A story of breaking generational curses, learning how to love myself better, and becoming the kind of role model I want for my family. Even now, when I'm doing dishes or hustling at a pizza job, I remind myself, this isn't permanent. This is a stepping stone. One day, I'll look back and see how every hard day shaped me into someone stronger and more compassionate.
That's a powerful message to end on, that our struggles don't define us, and even when the road is rough, resilience can carry us forward. Thank you for sharing your journey so openly today.
Thank you for letting me share it. And to anyone out there barely hanging on, keep going. Forward is the only way to go, and better days are ahead.
Thanks for listening, everyone. Join us next time for more real stories about courage, healing, and hope. Until then, keep moving forward.